greatest regret in life is to ever do drugs.
You regret the day you started
I
drugs?
regret the day I started. I regret the day I ever smoked cigarettes. I regret the day I ever dealt with anything that is a stimulant to the brain. And I curse the day, and every day I still curse the day that I ever took any stimulant.
What do you do in Southwest?
I do woodwork. That's my profession.
How old are you now?
I'm 27 years old.
How old were you when you started taking drugs?
I started doing cigarettes maybe when I was 12 years old.
So you have been taking drugs for 15 years.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
Okay. Have you ever stopped, or that's something that you have been doing every day since you started taking drugs?
I've been smoking always, but sometimes I stop due to financial issues. When I don't have money like on me, sometimes I try to quit. But when I have the money, due to the addiction, I always find myself doing it.
Okay. So can you describe your childhood? How was your childhood? And can you say it affected you? Can you say it contributed to you getting into drugs at an early age?
Not really, because my childhood, I've been someone that I've been always cool. I've been someone that I never even knew I'll get to all this stuff, because actually back there I really had no one who took cigarettes. Actually, I just found myself doing it. It was like something that I don't know. Nobody influenced me. So that's the point that I'm just trying to figure out, where I just had the urge to do it. So my child really never affected me, because I wasn't in any gang. I wasn't into anything that could maybe, or with people that could make me say, let me try it. Yeah, I've never been that way. I've always been positive, but I found myself that I did it. I don't know. Family treated me well, though when I was in school, I wasn't with my biological parents. Well, my father is of late actually, so I was staying with my aunt. Though she treated me poorly, which that was the thing that really made me to stop school. Went to Southwest, where some kind of thing began.
So you stopped school at what level?
I stopped at Form 5.
And then you went to Southwest.
I went to Southwest.
So what drugs have you been taking all this while?
Well, let me say, I started with narcotics. Started doing pills, which I call it tramadol. Started doing that. Yeah, let me just say that was where everything began. Started doing pills, and I found myself going gradually into it. And to be honest, it's never good to start, because when you start, you can be influenced with the other stuff. So that was how everything started.
So as I was saying, what drugs, can you name all the drugs that you have taken so far, or you are
Yeah,
taking?
I dealt with narcotics, dealt with marijuana, dealt with heroin, and I dealt with cryo, the stone like purplish kind of stuff. So I really dealt with it. So those are the things that really has been dealing with me actually, I should say.
I know one of it is made of bones of the dead people. Which of the drugs?
Yeah. Actually, they call it Thai, and that's what we call it here. Thai. Let me just say that's the street name. Actually, the heroin is a powdery stuff which is smoked, because heroins are made of different stuff. The heroins which are injected, some which are smoked, which is they use a little bit of marijuana to smoke with. So the one we have here in Cameroon is the heroin type, which somehow we hear is made of bones. But actually, we don't even know that it is heroin.
When you started, did you know it's made of bones of dead people, or you only discover later?
Not actually. I discovered later, but even doing it, when you're doing it, you just feel like, maybe it's not really made of the stuff because you can't tell. You just see it in a powder form and with chemicals, and when you take, it gets you high, and you know you're high actually. And that's always been. And actually, I should say marijuana is not something cool because it's like a gateway to everything. Yeah, that's how it is. Because really, doing marijuana, you are not too safe
Mhm.
because you are maybe you are 80% to likely take the other stuff. Yeah, marijuana is a gateway drug. That
So, so how much drugs do you take in a day? The quantity, like what quantity do you take in a day?
if you have money, I can take some quantities that actually it's going to cost me actually because the money is there. So I don't even know how much I take in a day, but I just discovered that sometimes when I have the money, I just want to get high. And maybe since I'm already addicted to just want to get high. And back there in the southwest, since I know how to purchase everything,
Mhm.
I'm really helpless. I just need to deal with it.
So, on average, how much money do you say you spend on drugs in a day? On average, in a day,
In a day, I can spend close to 30,000 francs.
that's a
Yeah,
lot of money.
yeah, it's a lot of money.
And how do you get this money? Because it's not easy to get 30,000 in a day.
It's not easy. Like I said, when I have the money,
Mhm.
I'll do it. Like sometimes my work also contributes to it because sometimes when I work, it's easier for me to get them because all the time I'm going to have money on me. So when I have the money, sometimes I end up regretting because sometimes I waste money that I don't have to use and all that kind of stuff. So that's how it usually goes. When there's money, always influence. When there's no money, you just have to deal with the withdrawals and you try to get along.
So, your only source of income is your job.
Yeah, my job actually, that's what I usually use to smoke. The one or another is like, like us now, maybe sometimes you can use our phones one or another to get a means of income.
Yeah, because I was getting there. I've been talking to some guys, and most of them who are into this, they end up scamming.
Yeah,
And
actually.
the other is the easiest way to get money for this.
Actually.
So sometimes you scam.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to call it a scam, but I'm just going to call it like the phone just help.
The phone helps you talk to people and you get money.
Yeah, it just help one or another. It's not something cool, and actually, it's just that
Mm.
when you're an addict, sometimes that's how it happens. Yeah, until you're free, actually. That's how addiction goes. It deals with the brain.
Mhm. So how has it affected your life?
It has affected me a lot because when I'm seated, I cannot deal without like getting high because I discovered that there's no pleasure without getting high, especially when you can access the
The
drug.
drugs.
Yes, it's not easy. Just even listening to music, you can't listen to music without getting high. You can't even do your house chores without getting high. And it was worse with narcotics because my experience with narcotic drugs dealt with me.
Are you still taking narcotics?
Not really. Let me say, I can. Let me just say the last time I did pills. Let me just say a month ago. Sometimes I can do one a bit for some times because doing multiple drugs is not really cool for me, and I really dealt with it. So now I'm trying to like get off them gradually. So I try to abandon all those stuff because it's not easy. Also, it's money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not easy.
How has your relationship with your family been?
Well, it's been good actually because I'm kind of person that I don't know how to do drugs in public. So the truth is that not everybody know that I do drugs. Yeah, not everybody know that I do drugs. So with my family, and let me say it's only my mother that knows that I do drugs, and let me say with my boss that I work with. My family as a whole, they don't have an idea actually. So that's it. I don't know how to do drugs, and I'm just like, hey, it's cool. I just believe that it's illegal and I have to be scared of some certain things. So it makes me, that's how I grew up. And my mother knew because when I went to the southwest, I was living with her, so that's how she knew about it. And she has always been advising me. It's not been easy. It's not been easy. But even though she advised me, she tried to get me help, but she just believe that what they call it is like you need help. I mean, go and get some medicines or this. Go to the hospital, they check you this. But now we've never really got the help that we really need because themselves they are ignorant, they don't know how to get help because they just believe that hey, now you're doing this thing, you are not cool anymore.
They just believe that you can just get up one day and stop.
Yeah, they just believe that when they advise you, you can stop.
It's not possible.
It's impossible. It's impossible. It's impossible. You're addicted.
So, what's your dream life?
Oh well, my dream life. Well, first of all, my dream life now as I'm like this, just have what I'm praying to God is I want God to help me because actually I'm not the kind of a person that I find drugs cool. I know it affects me a lot. So sometimes I sit and ask myself that when am I going to stop? How things going to happen? So due to my dream life, I mean when it comes to like talking about my dream life, my first thing in mind is to quit because I know that if I quit, I know that everything is going to fine. It's going to be fine. So that's just what I know. So about the dream life, I just believe that my first step is to get out of these things. Then I know that I'm going to achieve a lot.
So now your highest dream is to get help.
That's what I need to get help.
So after help, what do you think you will you continue with your education or you continue with your woodwork?
After help, I'll continue with a job if I can get a job. Because the truth is now like this, I'm a little bit stranded. I'm stranded actually, in the sense of I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do because I left come here thinking things are going to be cool here. Maybe I'm going to be fine, but I discovered that the company is not worth it. To be honest,
It's not worth it.
it's not worth it. So I don't know, but I know I'm like I just need people around me who can affect me positively because it's the kind of thing that being here is like I'm somehow stranded and I don't know, and I just see myself doing this thing because I'm influenced around the whole neighborhood and those kind of people. And when you are addicted to, it, you cannot deal with it. It's impossible.
So what is the worst thing that's happened to you since you started taking drugs?
Hmm. I'll tell you. I remember the day I almost died because of the thing, and it was awful. It wasn't easy to deal with it because I found myself on the floor,
You overdosed.
overdosed, and I knew I'm dead already. In fact, I never knew what was happening. I overdosed on diazepam drug. I overdosed on it. I did diazepam with alcohol, and I took a lot of the pills. So after doing it with alcohol, I don't know what happened. I realized that I overdosed and I had airtight, and it's like I went unconscious. So I don't know what was happening. I knew I wasn't existing, but I realized that I was still alive. So I don't know. And if I remember the multiple seizures due to narcotics, so that's not been easy.
But yet you cannot stop.
I still didn't stop. because I was still addicted to narcotics back then when the seizure happened. So if I remember, maybe if I remember the last seizure when I felt, and it was really disgusting because it was outside and everyone knew about my drug use. I remember the last seizure I had. It was awful. I've heard about three seizures in narcotics, taking opiates. I've had about three seizures. The last one I fell in front of the door and it was really an epileptic seizure as people could tell me. So everyone was there when I woke up, like everyone was warning. They say, hey, this guy really do narcotics and blah 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 stuff.
And you felt bad.
I really felt bad. I felt ashamed of myself. I felt ashamed. I really believe that nothing existed like seizure. So even when I had the knowledge due to some few studies online, I still believe that nothing is like seizure. So I just kept taking it. And even when the first one happened, I just believed that maybe I took overdose of the pills.
Mm-hmm.
I realized that it still happened even when I did not take overdose because the brain was like accumulated with so much painkillers. Now even if you take a single pill, sometimes you can have seizure because you're taking a lot of the pills, a lot of the pills.
So you used to take like how many pills one time?
Well, when I started, it was just one.
Mm-hmm.
Took one 120 milligram
Of
tramadol. Okay. I took just one. I started graduating a month. And they see I'm taking three until at the point I take even 7, 8, 10
at once
at once.
of 120 milligram.
Yeah. Even when it came to a point, it started because the 120 milligram is in a capsule form. So even when it came to a point where we had the tablets, 225 milligram, 250 milligram, you can take the 250 milligram, even 10, which is a whole lot of it.
Wow. Do you know
Yeah,
the 10 tablets of 250 milligrams?
50
That is
milligram
2,500 milligrams
milligram
of tramadol at once.
tramadol. When you're doing it, you realize that your tolerance, you now have a huge tolerance of the drug, for which even five is like you're taking the one.
And how much is one tablet of tramadol?
Back there it was very cheap. It was very cheap because I go to the market, I'll buy three carts for 500 rupees.
3 carts
Yeah, that's 30 pills
for 500.
only. But now it's different.
And those 30 pills you take for how long?
Those 30 pills I realized that not up to a week. I realized that maybe 4 or 5 days.
So
So just say a week everything is gone.
of the 30 pills,
Yeah.
you used to take just once a day, the pills just once a day.
No. I was so addicted in a way that I wake up in the morning. When I'm on bed, I cannot wake up. Before eating, before doing anything,
You must
first of all, take the pills. When I take it now, I'm not even, I was so pale, I can't even eat anymore. When I take it now, I can't even eat. So it really dealt with me, I can't even eat. I woke up one morning, I took 4 of the pills, smoked cigarettes, I could not eat. I went to my job site. That was my first seizure.
Mm-hmm.
I had a first seizure. I never believed 4 pills could give me a seizure because I've been taking more than that. That was when I realized that truly seizure is not the amount of pills you take. Yeah, it's how much the drug
That has been
has
accumulating
been
in your
accumulating
system.
in your system. So that was my first seizure at the workshop. When I arrived at the workshop, I realized that I found myself on the floor. I'm not even changed to my overall, nothing else. I just realized I had a seizure.
And after the seizure, you continue your work.
After the seizure, I was restless. I could not even walk. I could not walk because I was so ashamed and to know that it's due to my drug use that all these things happen. So that day, I could not walk. I got a lot of advices. I was like, I stayed a week. Withdrawer dealt with me. I could not bathe. I came back home. I carried my water. I could not bathe. My nail, all my joints were like they tied it with rope. I could not do anything.
But that was very dangerous. You know, You know cold turkey can kill you. You know
Cold,
that, right?
cold turkey can kill, but at that point, I don't know. I
I
never
have
even
been
had the
taking
thought.
a
I never
large
even had the
quantity.
thought. I never even had the thought to take one or half. You know, the first seizure is like you become so scared. Like, hey, something more can happen to you. More than this can happen to you. So I went cold turkey for a week, and it dealt with me.
You feel like
So
your world is ending.
yeah, so that was when I started doing this palm to calm down the withdrawals of the drug,
And
and that was
diazepam is
when I
also very
entered.
addictive.
That was when I entered into it, and it dealt with me. It's not been easy. It dealt with me. This palm dealt with me. I started taking this palm, helped me to sleep, helped me to relax, dealt with me in a way that I realized that since I entered into another trouble when it comes to these pills, I started doing this palm. That was how I entered
How
into
many
it.
diazepams a day?
Back I took just one. It was 10 milligrams of diazepam. I took one. It helped me. But I realized that my tolerance increased.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my tolerance increased. I started doing two, started doing three, until I even do up to six, of which it makes you sleep a lot. But I realized that I'm still fine. Then I started doing alcohol. So now,
But at that time, you stopped taking the tramadol
yes, I stopped. Now I became addicted to diazepam
and, and
and
alcohol.
alcohol. That was how I started. I can't do one without the other. So
So how did you graduate from diazepam to Thai
hmm?
and other drugs? Is it that when you were taking pills, you were also taking the other drugs?
Now, when I was doing narcotics, I was just doing just marijuana, just
Uh-huh.
weed, and I'm fine. Let me say with alcohol, yeah, I was fine. So when I entered Dizapam, I don't even know how did I even start taking this other drug like heroin, the smoking heroin. I don't know. Oh, let me just say, okay, back there was this guy. He was doing this heroin of a stuff. This time we call it time.
Hmm.
So that was when he influenced me because he came to live with me. He was my colleague. Came to live with me and he was doing it. So he initiated me into it. That was when now I stopped this farm and I entered, start doing that heroin stuff.
And how was it the first time you tasted that Thai?
The first time I took it, I was really relaxed and I felt like everything is cool. I was really satisfied with everything and I just feel like I should take, if like the high I want to get off, I just feel like I should take in more to keep myself like feeling how it makes.
Okay,
Yeah,
normal.
yeah. So that was how it all happened.
And that was the beginning of another
That
trouble.
was the beginning of another trouble. You see now how it goes from one to another. That was how it goes.
So among all these drugs, which ones dealt with you the most?
I'm going to say narcotics and coyote dealt with me the most.
Kayo,
Yes.
not Thai.
No, not that.
But currently, which drugs are you taking?
Well, for now, I deal with alcohol. Then when I drink alcohol, I take kayo.
You take alcohol and Kayo.
Mm-hmm.
You are no more taking Thai.
No.
Okay.
And I've discovered something that, I don't know. When I don't deal with alcohol, I have less pleasure for kayo. I'm not really addicted to the stuff actually. But I discovered that my alcohol intake gives me that it gives me the feelings to smoke. That's why sometimes when I take alcohol, I smoke a lot of cigarettes. And now I feel restless, I want to smoke kayo and all that stuff. So actually I came to realize that sometimes I just need to be without drinking alcohol because it makes me to really smoke a lot, a lot.
So how often are you taking the Kayo now? Do you take it every day or
No, not really every day, not really every day because it's not easy to have the money. So when I don't have the money, sometimes I don't drink. Actually, even have the means to drink, I don't drink because I know after this there's no way to take kayo. So sometimes I don't want to drink because I'm going to be influenced to take it. So actually, for the kayo itself, it's not really my, let me say, my drug of choice. It's not really something that I'm like, this is what I'm hooked on taking. No, no, no. It's just like it stimulates my alcohol. That's
Mhm.
just it. So let me just say now, if I say I'm addicted to something, I'm just gonna say, let me say I'm addicted to alcohol. I think so. Yeah.
You still take weed,
Not really like first time
but you take it every day.
with,
Yes.
no, 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 no. When I drink alcohol, I'm fine. Just smoke cigarettes. When I have money for kayo, I just smoke cigarettes. And when I have money for kayo, I don't even drink sometimes. Or if I want to drink, I drink in moderation so that it shouldn't affect my mindset of trying to get another stimulant to calm down my alcohol intake. So that's it. It's not easy.
So how easy is it to get drugs out on the streets?
Hmm. It's very easy. When I started, it was not that easy because like now I'm going to say many youths now into drugs because now it's very easy to access it because as time goes, that's how everything changed. When I started doing it, it was difficult back there in the streets. A lot of people I know now weren't into it. They didn't take drugs.
Mhm.
And if you want to see a place that they sell it, you can see just in the street, you can see just one, then you can travel a whole lot to get another. And there, the people who took it were really the elderly. So it was just something that we ourselves found, we just started and we were the elderly started doing it, and it's not like now where everyone can access it, everyone can access it. Like in a whole neighborhood, for instance, like this, you have about close to 10 different places from year to year. It's not even far. Even in the street, you can get it. In my place back there at the roadside, you can get it. We just stand at the road with everyone there, and you see the dealer sells you the drug. No one questions because he pays the police.
So you can say the police know.
The police, they help us to take it because they know all they want is the money. All they want is the money. When they come, they give their payment. You are free. You sell in the street like how you sell normal top, how you sell food. That's
And
how it is. I'm telling you, that's how it is. Oh, they help us to take it because they don't, money just make them like, after all, the government is taking the money. Now, what you need to ask yourself is like, how does it enter into the country? Most of these things are from Nigeria. How does it enter into the country? They know when they catch you with it, settle them. Pass. Now the dealers in town now, they are not even scared because they sell anyhow. You just like call your dealer, hey, where are you? Yeah, meet me at the road. You come at the road, everyone is there, cash, everyone is there. What do you want? How many did he gives you? He doesn't even care. You hold him there, he call the commissioner. Nothing is there. The commissioner tell him they should allow him. That's all. And it's something that I wonder myself. I don't know if the government knows that people really need the help. If the government really knows that they don't really need to do like that, but it's something that is just common, like as if you buy food.
and you say many youths are into it.
Many youths, man. That means 80% of youths are into it.
80.
80, and even more than 80%. And a lot of them, I don't know, they are always influenced because, like the youth now, they just want to feel like most youths, I just believe that most youths they want to feel like they are big. They want to feel like maybe they're into maybe a gang, or maybe they're into this group that does this and does that, and they just find it cool. Only when they become addicted to it, they know that that's a problem. Because even myself, when I wasn't addicted, I never believed there was a problem. It's when I started doing addiction that I believed that I had a problem. That is not cool. So that was the time that me myself became very conscious of it, and it made me, my addiction made me, I became scared to give someone the drug. I became scared because I believed that I'm dealing with something that's really difficult. I'm someone that I deal with feelings. I have my conscience itself really deals with me, because if I never had my conscience with me, then a lot of people by now could be suffering because of me giving them the drug. So that's why I'm not feeling so guilty, because I'm not many people have not been influenced by me to the drug. I think just three people.
So, what's the worst thing you have ever done because of this addiction?
Well, the worst thing I've ever done is like, let me just say like, am I going to say, maybe say like when I have money, I realize that I use the money to a point that it almost get me into trouble. Now, even if it's a money that I really had, the way let me say when it comes to my job, if I'm with a client, maybe the client gives me money, my percentage, I'm going to almost deal with like spend almost all of the percentage. Only when it's getting finished, I'm going to say, hey, everything is getting finished. Hey, be wise. Now I'm going to like keep small, of which now the way I had to enjoy, I'm not going to enjoy anymore, because everything is almost gone. So it really deals with me actually, And when you're addicted, you just try to find a way that you can get money by all means, maybe to do the drugs. It's just that it's not easy, because drugs is something that reveals yourself to you. When you are bad, you become bad. When you are good, you become good. Now, doing drugs, you don't need to find a way that you can have access to it. Yeah, because a lot of people are into crimes because of it.
So you say you're from the southwest. What happened? What brought you to Yaoundé?
I left there because actually the truth is that I'm moving around because of the job. Let me just tell you what is happening. I came here because there is no help, and I discovered that I'm gradually going down. I'm losing everything, because there is very easy for me. Like I said, there you sell in the street like it's normal food. I'll just call. Yeah, where are you? I'm here. Yeah, what do you want? Yeah, meet me here and just get it. I know everywhere to get it there. Everywhere, that means even if I want to stop, I know everywhere. Even if three places that they sell are closed, I know another place. Even if this one is closed, I know another place. The whole of the town, because that's where I've been, and that is the town that really interests me a lot. So there's no way that I can have my money and I don't get access to it.
So the reason you left Southwest is because you want help.
Yeah, I left there, come here so that at least I can stay away from it in a way that it can really help me, because the truth is that you cannot stop if you have people do it and you have a way to get it.
So as you came to Yaoundé, how is there a difference? Is this still, do you still have access to it?
I have access to it because I'm here, even I'm not even safe, because there's somebody that can purchase it for me. You know, people who smoke, even if you don't take the hard drugs, just the fact that you smoke weed, the people who sell the weed sell the other drugs. So here I discovered that I just need to leave, because I discovered that I'm still into it, and if I don't leave, everything is going to get worse, because it's not even my place. Not even my place, of which the mindset I had isn't the mindset that all the things are happening right now, because I never believed that I'll come here and it's very easy to get access to it. And I look around, I just discover that here, the more I'm here, everyone here is that kind of a person. I look around the whole street and I see a lot of people still in the it. Everyone, my bro I'm with, he's just there. He's not even putting the helping hands, because he himself is addicted to it. So everything is just cool. It's obvious that it's not easy to get the help, because where you are, you can still have access to it.
So now what's your plan?
The only plan I have is to go to rehab. The truth is that I just have something in me like the issue is that I have the mindset. I mean, I have the feelings to stop because it really dealt with me. My experience with it is so much in a way that I'm just seeing myself like continuing like I'm very stupid because everything has dealt with me concerning addiction and drugs. So right now I'm at the point that I just need but a rehabilitation center that I can go to for me to be free because I have no power on my own. Actually, I have no power on my own.
And do you know any rehabilitation center you can go to?
Ever since I started doing drugs, the truth is I knew there is none here in Cameroon or even in Africa. I knew, in fact, no one has ever told me about it. When I go online, I usually see people talk about it in Europe, America. So I don't even know if there's any here, or which it also made me. I just saw like the help is useless. Maybe nothing, no one, then nothing can happen.
So for 15 years that you've been doing drugs, and with the terrible experiences, you've wanted to stop drugs, but it's not possible because you don't know how and where to go to.
Nowhere. Don't even know how. The only thing I know is advice. Advice and it ends. The people who don't take it, they don't know how it is until you try.
It's like fighting demons.
It's like it's even worse than fighting demons. It's worse than fighting demons. I better fight demons than to deal with it. That's
So,
dealt with me.
so if there's an opportunity for you to go to a rehab center, you will like it.
with, with an immediate effect. I'm not even thinking twice about it because I'm just thinking about my life like I'm already getting. I mean, I'm getting at the point that I need to have my family, need to have a wife, kids. I mean, I need to put things together. So I'm just seeing myself like I'm still here, still doing this thing, and at the end, I just believe that it's only death because my health itself, I can just imagine how it is. My health, I don't think it's normal anymore. I know smoking has caused a lot of problems in health. So I just know that if I don't stop, only death and nothing else. Because smoking really kills and it really makes me feel I get worried. I really feel a type I really get worried. To be honest, I really get worried.
So what's your biggest regret in life?
My my greatest regret in life is to ever do drugs.
You regret the day you started
I
drugs.
regret the day I started. I regret the day I ever smoked cigarettes. I regret the day I ever dealt with anything that is a stimulant to the brain. And I curse the day, and every day I still curse the day that I ever took any stimulant and my brain never. I curse the day all the time. All the time I sit, I curse the day because I can never forget. And to be honest with you, just really it makes you remain at the same spot because if you are still doing drugs, nothing good can ever come to you because you always want to like fit your addiction. You know, the addiction is a beast.
It comes first.
It comes first before anything. Once you're addicted, your brain is different, so you must feed the beast. That's what I usually call it. So I just know that sometimes you just have to feed the beast to get things done, even to work. Yeah.
So with this experience and all you've gone through, what message do you have for the youth concerning drug addiction?
I just love because when I see the youths and the way they are going to it, I'm just saying like, oh, I wish they never started because now when I see them taking it, I'm not even looking what's happening to them. I'm just thinking about the future, like how they are going to deal with their addiction. I mean, the system, how the system is changing gradually at a certain point that they are going to realize that It's not something cool,
And it will
because
be too late.
addiction is a gradual process. We have chronic addiction. When they reach that point, it's not going to be like just it's not going to be like when you're dependent on, dependency is different from addiction. When you're dependent on it, it's nothing. Your withdrawals are just few days and you're gone. But when you're addicted chronically, you have to deal with the pains. And at that point, you cannot do anything without taking the drug. When I was dealing with when I was just dependent on the drug, when I was still like that, sometimes I can be for 2 days and my withdrawals, they are over. I can still do certain things a day without even doing it. But when I became addicted chronically, it was different. Withdrawals, they don't want to leave you. You'll be a week, you are still feeling the symptoms of withdrawal. But when you're still dealing with the dependency, you're still dependent on it, 2 days, 3 days, you're fine. And the withdrawal is not that awful. It's just lightheaded. You're just normal. So that's how it is. So for them now, when they reach at that point of chronic addiction, I'm sure that's the point that they're going to seek for help. Because when you're not chronically addicted, you cannot seek for help. That's how it is. When you see the people who seek for help now, is because they are full-blown addicts. That's what I'm going to say. They are full-blown addicts. And so I just pray that what I can tell them is that they shouldn't even try, especially those who take weed. They shouldn't even try seeing marijuana as a cool drug, because it opens the gate to every other drug. So the youth who do it, you should be very careful. That's what I'm going to say, because they really can't tell. They are at, let me just say, they are even at a 90% risks to take other drugs. That's how marijuana is. It's a gateway. When you do marijuana, you must do heroin. That's just it.